Well, asset ecosystem continues to show tremendous growth, and a lot of people aren't paying attention. Most people have left the market. Every time I scroll my timeline on X, there's people saying it feels like there's only 50 people left in crypto, because even my viewership, for example, has gone down since I first, started to be way more serious with the content creation. Even though even my viewership has reduced a ton, I'm seeing a lot of other content creators' viewership has reduced a ton as well. This means to me that, a lot of people have left the market. They've given up. They're pretty much done with crypto. And when they'll be back when everything is green. They're top blasting coins up 500%, right? That's when they'll be back, right? You're supposed to put your head down, right? And get to work in these types of market conditions that are just, terrible, right? Boring, whatever you want to use to describe it. This is the time you put your head down and get to work, similar to what the ZBCN team is doing, similar to what the OG or the cult-like community of ZBCN is doing. They don't care about market conditions. They believe in the long-term success of this project, so they're continuously building and moving forward and pushing forward, right? And this is why you're seeing ZBCN as being one of the top RWA infrastructures in the space. And a lot of people, there's a ton of RWA projects out there, but none like ZBCN. There's none like ZBCN. Real estate, instant payments, global financial transitions here, disrupting the traditional finance market, instant settlements, integration of AI agents, etc. into their protocols, 150 plus, hundreds of corporate enterprise clients already, card program that is very profitable, produces revenue, which could then even give the team the leeway or the runway to make buybacks on the project. There's a lot happening here for ZBCN in the RWA sector. If you compare it to a lot of these RWA projects, I'm sure ZBCN is one of the only ones that is profitable, right? I'm sure there's others as well, but I'm sure if we go through like each RWA project that is listed here we have Zebec in the infrastructure section. I'm sure ZBCN is one of the few projects that is profitable, right? Hyperliquid, right? Hyperliquid, one of the few projects that is profitable as well. So, in my opinion, if you're looking into RWA projects, real world asset as a sector, and for the transition of the tokenization of everything, I think you need to have some exposure to ZBCN. You definitely need to add it to your portfolio. You could literally go, I really think there's maybe I do a video like that where I go through all the revenue generated for the year so far, the past 2025, or for this year so far. And I'm sure there's going to be a ton of RWA projects that have not generated much revenue, if not any at all, right? Even though they're in the sector of RWAs, I'm sure their company is not doing that well on the financial side, right? ZBCN, like I said, is one of the few projects that is accomplishing that, right? I, for example, know about Avantis. Avantis is a base chain project. Hyperliquid definitely is, getting revenue with their 24/7 perp exchange. Avantis as well. But when I go through a lot of this list, I know a lot of these coins here, and I know for a fact ZBCN more than likely trumps them, right? Down into real estate as well. In my opinion, ZBCN does trump these projects, right? When you look at it. Ondo, okay, Ondo is one of them that I'll be like, okay, Ondo for sure is being a successful RWA company, but that's just that's free so far that I'm like, okay, this one I know for a fact is successful, right? ZBCN, Hyperliquid, Avantis, Ondo. I'm not sure about any other project here, right? I'm not sure, honestly, right? Mantra, for example, did a crazy rug pull with just a huge sell-off. This should not even be here anymore after the massive sell-off that they had, right? So yeah, ZBCN, like I said, is set up for is in a good spot, set up for a great future, in my opinion. From Lantern here, ZBCN bumped the great post. This is from Captain Zach. ZBCN pirates, most people still think ZBCN is just payments. They're missing the real architecture being built. Zebec AI is an embedded AI-powered compliance engine designed for real-world finance. That means AI transaction screening, AML compliance, fraud detection, real-time monitoring, and on-chain and off-chain activity. This is the type of infrastructure institutions actually require to move serious capital on-chain, but it gets better. Zebec isn't locked to one chain. While Solana powers the core execution layer, Zebec already supports cross-chain interoperability across ETH, BNB, Base, SUI, etc. This means that Zebec can plug into DeFi, enterprise finance, and global payment systems simultaneously. Very bullish stuff, guys. AI compliance, real-time PayFi, multi-chain rails. That's not just crypto infrastructure. That's the operating system for programmable finance, and ZBCN sits at the center of it. I love when they make these graphics, man. Programmable finance here, AI compliance layer, AML, fraud detection, ZBCN programmable finance. Great stuff, man. So a lot of things are built here for ZBCN, and we've been paying attention to this. Like I said, man, this is in line with, could be, a friendly competitor or a rival to XRP and how successful XRP has become. And I'm sticking with my thesis on that, right? The XRP project, community, cult, army, whatever you want to call it, the team, etc., has integrated so well into retail investors. Retail investors don't touch much of the projects. They're talking about Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, XRP for sure, and then Dogecoin. That's it. They're not really dabbling into Solana meme coins. They're not dabbling into Base or things on Coinbase. They're just like, you see the Uber drivers, the plumbers, the regular folks, man. The carpenters, the people that do landscaping. You ask them if they got any crypto, they hold any crypto, they be like, oh yeah, I like XRP, right? That's where the retail interest is. And ZBCN, like I said, is in similar vein to that, right? I think that's who they're appealing to. And with that type of success, where you're so successful in the Web 2 space, right? We see how successful XRP is, right? It went from it went from 2.048 to $3, right? ZBCN right now is 2.02. So long term, on a long enough time frame, that is possible for ZBCN, right, to achieve that, because they're, like I said, tapping into that same demographic. That's their product market fit, in my opinion. Look at the partnerships that ZBCN has, spotted here by Crypto Queen. Partnerships in payments arena: Visa, MasterCard, Play, CodaPay, Azure, JP Morgan Chase, and let's not forget Deutsche Bank as well. Just absolutely fantastic stuff here, man. ZBCN structural shift. I'm gonna cover this in another video, guys. This is gonna be great. That's great stuff right there. And finally, from X Finance Bull, boom, ZBCN is going big. Zebec teaming up with Lattice Finance, a proud crypto neobank. This signals where digital banking is headed: payments, cards, and crypto rails emerging. In my opinion, this is a very strong signal, and I broke this down in another video as well. Shout out to X Finance Bull, man. So ZBCN right now sitting under 200 mil market cap, 202. As I stated before, I think now is a great time to dollar cost average into ZBCN here. I think this is one of the altcoins that will do well in the next cycle, in the next bull run, whenever Bitcoin finds its bottom, and then we start the next bull run, because clearly 2023 to 2024 was a bull run. It was just a week. It was a weak bull run. It was terrible. We didn't have an altcoin season. Last year, 2025, was supposed to be the euphoric altcoin season. Everybody got rich. It didn't happen. Okay, so you got to prepare for the next one when that takes place. But be ready to adapt, okay? Because things change pretty quickly. One thing I think that is not going to be the case is the people that are trading Solana meme coins and pump fund meme coins. I think that's not going to survive for the next cycle. That's just my opinion. Because it's too difficult for average people to touch that stuff, right? Like, there's people that are bullish Solana, but even if they're bullish Solana, but they're not trading on Solana, right? I don't see how that works, right? So what Solana is more than likely gonna focus on is real world projects built on their chain. So ZBCN is gonna fall in line with that. You know, Radium, Jupiter, etc. Projects that have real utility that is built on Solana, right? That's where the Solana team is more than likely gonna focus on for the next bull run, in my opinion. So ZBCN is in a good spot to capture that utility wave that will eventually come to pass. And I think, like I said, I think this project is in a great spot. As always, none of this is financial advice. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Join my Discord, follow me on X, and subscribe to my Clips channel. Supporting those links really help out the channel, guys. Really does. Thank you so much for everything, and I'll catch you in the next video.